All right, good morning and welcome to this active flow and breathwork class. My name is Brian and I'm delighted to be with you here today. Today's class is going to be an exploration of movement, a little light movement. We'll do some breath work and we'll end with some guided rest. So about 40 minutes, 40 to 45-minute class, depending on how things go. As always, want to remind you of our first guiding principle, which is support precedes action. So ensure that you have all of the supports that are available to you and are necessary for you. Make sure they're at hand before we get started. So any blocks, straps, bolsters, blankets, eye shades, chair maybe, anything, tissues to clear your passageways, anything you need to set yourself up and be supported in your practice. Secondarily, I want to remind you that it is your practice. So while I will be offering and suggesting and inviting you into some things from over here, know that you are in the privacy of your own space by design, and that the only requirement for you is to be present and to breathe. Everything else is an option. So at any time you find yourself overdoing anything or not clear on where you are or just need to take a break, feel free to do so. Change any posture, modify any posture, support yourself in any posture at any time in any way you need to. Take any alternate posture at any time. Come out of any posture at any time. Honor your body and honor the wisdom of your body by listening to it and then giving it what it needs. Your body will tell you what it needs. As always, we'll start in we'll start by landing and feeling into our supports, raising gratitude and setting intention. And then we'll move into our movement piece of the practice. So find a supported posture, whatever that means to you. Whatever form that takes, whatever shape that takes, take a moment to come into that. Bring yourself into, hang on a second. Okay, my apologies for that. Okay, someone inadvertently had a mic open, so it happens. All right, we're all good. All right, so once again, feel into the supports that are available in that posture. Whatever posture you're in, find the parts of your body that are in contact with something. And then feel the physical sensation of that connection, that contact. And then open your awareness to the idea that that physical sensation is support. What is it like to be supported in this moment? And then what is it like to know that support is always available in this moment? And then imagining you could extend roots through those parts of your body that are in contact with something, root down into the earth to hold yourself steady and sure. And as you root down, I invite you to lengthen through your side body, lengthen through your spine, lengthen through your crown. Tuck your chin to feel the release at the back of the neck, and then feel the full length of the spine from the base to the crown. And then notice your experience as you lengthen and align the spine. And then let us come into the present moment by coming into the breath. Find your inhale. Turn your awareness to your breathing, and then find your inhale as it appears underneath your nasal passages. Begin to breathe in and out through the nostrils, following the inhalation all the way in and following the exhalation all the way out. Holding your attention and awareness on the breath and the breath practice, and just being right there with the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Finding the rhythm of the breath that is unique to you. And just being there, knowing that you're breathing. And having established ourselves in a supported posture and brought ourselves into the present moment, let us, if you choose to, float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space and allow to arise in your heart space gratitude. Any one thing for which you are grateful this morning. Perhaps just the possibility of gratitude today. Whatever arises for you, see it clearly in your mind's eye. And I invite you to anchor your gratitude there in your heart space and hold it there throughout the practice. And then if you choose this morning, I invite you to set an intention for your practice, perhaps a simple intention to just keep your gratitude anchored, or to just be right there with each inhale. And whatever your intention is, I invite you to state it to yourself. Hear yourself in your mind's ear as you state your intention in a clear and declarative voice, as if it is already done. And then listening as the echoes of your intention reverberate in your being. I invite you to take a full inhale. And as you exhale, if you choose to, allow your chin to drop toward your grateful and intentional heart. And offer a benediction to seal your intention as I say, Namo, Namaste. And then lift the chin, release the hands, adjust your posture as you need to be supported in this seat. And then we're going to begin with a little bit of awareness of the breath, a little bit of awakening of the breath. We're going to do a series of Bhastrika or bellows breath in order to clear the front of the mind. Now, if you are pregnant or on your menstrual cycle, please avoid the diaphragmatic pulsing. Just simply do a long inhale and a long exhale. Otherwise, if you choose to, you can engage the diaphragm a little bit on the exhale, pulling the diaphragm, the belly button back and down, and then releasing the diaphragm, the inhale will come. Something like that, you'll find your rhythm with this. Now, we're going to do a practice in which we do 50 of these breaths, and then we'll take a clearing breath. And we're going to do 3 sets of that. Now, the body is very still. The awareness is on the breath in the nostrils and maybe the diaphragm moving. The focus is at the brow point or the tip of the nose. Brow point if the eyes are closed, tip of the nose if you're just narrowing your gaze. Tendency here is to get a little overactive. That is not what is intended nor desired. So the inhale and the exhale are equal in length, intensity, and volume. And at any point, if you feel yourself getting out of whack, you simply stop and realign, recenter, refocus, and rejoin when you are ready. Okay. You'll find your rhythm. It may be a little different than mine. I'll start relatively slowly for me, maybe 1 breath per second, just kind of feeling into that. And if you're faster or slower, that's absolutely as it should be, because you have your own breath rhythm and you're trying to find that rhythm. Okay. Don't overthink it and don't over worry about it. It's all good. It's just yoga. Okay. So the hands are on the knees, palms up, thumb and forefinger lightly touching. All right. Now, if you feel you need a little more grounding, turn your palms down. And if your fingers extend and touch the floor, that's your grounding posture. That's fine. Okay. All right. So we're going to do 50 repetitions of this breath. And then we'll take a cleansing breath. And then we'll start over. We're going to do 3 sets of that. So just be about being in it as best you can. It's no big deal. Here we go. All right. So let's take a breath to cleanse. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Clearing the space, preparing to practice. Take a full inhale and begin. Take a full inhale. A complete exhale. Allow everything to settle and clear. Inhale to begin. And begin your second set. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Just sitting and breathing. Body very still. Awareness on the breath in the nostrils and the diaphragm moving if necessary or appropriate. Focused at the brow point if the eyes are closed, or at the tip of the nose, just beyond the tip of the nose if the eyes are narrowed. Just breathing. If you're with me, take a full inhale. A complete exhale, let everything go. And inhale to prepare for our third and final set. Full inhale. And begin. Finding your rhythm and moving into the rhythm of your own practice. Being present with yourself here. Noticing your own experience. Maybe you found a little bit of rhythm. Maybe you feel into a little bit of quicker movement or a little bit of slower movement. Maybe you've settled into what your body is asking for you at this point. And maybe you're just noticing your own experience. Being calm, steady, focused on the breath, and moving within your own body. If you're with me, full inhale. Complete exhale, let it all go. And then just let everything settle. Release any shaping of the breath or the body. Be very still here. Notice the shift that might have occurred for you. Notice what is your experience with respect to this little practice. Notice where you are. Check in with your gratitude and your intention. Be present with yourself. Take a full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale, and then come around to your mat and come seated in Dandasana or staff pose. So the legs are extended out in front of us. Press through the heels, point and flex the toes, and then release the toes to neutral. Now the legs are in alignment with the hips. So a little bit of space between the knees, not much. A little bit of space between the ankles, not much. Now, if you like, press your palms into the mat alongside your hips and lengthen through the spine. That little support helps you to lengthen the spine. And then when you find that length, go ahead and release the hands. Hands will come to the thighs. Just let them rest there, staying long. Feel the length of the spine here. All right. Now, the hands may fall to the thighs, to the shins, to the ankles, maybe to a yogi toe lock, maybe not. Maybe you have that flexibility, your hands go below your feet. It's not important. Just find a place where you're steady and calm and at ease. And then we're going to simply do this little bending or hinging is a better word probably, at the hip crease. So we're hinging forward. We're bringing the belly button toward the thighs. We're bringing the chest toward the knees. We're bringing the nose toward the toes. And then that's the exhale. Inhale, we're just going to straighten and align the spine. And then you're going to begin to move with your breath. Little gentle movement here. Now, Keep the legs long, feel the back of the legs supported on the mat, and keep the back straight so the spine stays long and aligned, so the chin is not moving with respect to the chest. The sternum and the chin stay in the same relationship so that the crown stays long and the back stays elongated and aligned. It's just a gentle little movement. Maybe you're only moving an inch or so. That's absolutely okay. And you're just finding your rhythm, a little nudging, if you will. Just a gentle hinge, moving in, moving out with the breath. Find your rhythm. Listen to your body. Keep pressing through the heels so that the legs stay long. Imagine you could press back through the hips in this posture, keeping the legs supported on the mat, feeling into maybe a little bit of opening. Maybe you feel a little bit of opportunity here. Inhale up. Lengthen through the arms, get long through the spine, reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, hinge forward as far as you can go. And when you've reached the place where as far as you can go, relax the arms, relax the chin. So now you're rounding the back and folding forward over your legs. So this is called Paschimottanasana, or full west pose. We're lengthening the full back side or west side of the body. So no stress, no strain, no overexertion. Just allow yourself to feel into this. Breathing here, full inhale. Remember, we hold postures but never breath. So inhaling and exhaling and noticing what happens on the exhale. Maybe a little space is created, maybe not. Now, we're not pulling with the hands. There's no benefit to that. We're just allowing the arms to fall. Shoulders are relaxed. Arms are relaxed. Crown is relaxed. Chin is relaxed. Effort is coming from the backside of the body here. So we're hinging at the hips, lifting out of the waist, folding forward, releasing the forehead toward the knees. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your inhale, reach long past your legs. Slowly come up, slowly come up, slowly come up. And then exhale, release the hands down. Now, roll down onto your back, bring your knees to the ceiling. Go ahead and bring the knees on into the chest. Squeeze the knees slightly to the chest. Rock a little side to side. And then release the feet down. Heels near the hips. Knees in alignment, parallel. Hands down by the side, palms down. Back of the crown is relaxed. Back of the head is relaxed. The crown is long. Now, tilt your pelvic bowl a little bit so you feel the lower part of your back, the lower spine engaged with the mat. That is your support there. Okay. Now we're going to move into bridge posture here. So on the inhale, you're going to tilt the pelvic bowl and begin to feel the buttocks lifting off the mat. Continue to press into the feet, press into the feet, press the knees away from the face, roll up into the lower back. Continue to press into the feet, press the knees away from the face, lift the belly button toward the ceiling, roll up into the middle back. Maybe continue to roll up into the upper back. No weight in the head or neck. This is all up in the shoulders and upper back. Belly button lifts toward the sky. This is your bridge posture. Now notice the tendency of the knees to splay open, so rotate the thighs inward lightly so that the knees stay in parallel and in alignment with the hips. Breathe deep, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Breathing here in this dynamic posture. Full inhale. Exhale, slowly roll back down. Upper back, middle back, lower back, and then you'll feel the hips return to the mat. Take a moment to bring the knees into the chest again. Squeeze just below the knees. Rock a little side to side. Release any tension. And then bring the hands out from the shoulders. Create a little space. You can bring your feet back to the mat if that's more comfortable, or you can keep the feet elevated, keep the knees over the hips. We're simply going to rotate a little side to side. So we're going to inhale here and exhale, let both knees fall over to the left. Little gentle movement, don't go too far. Maybe look over your right shoulder as you do that. Maybe releases the right shoulder a little bit. You want that right shoulder to be relaxed. Now we're going to move with breath here. On the inhale, we'll come back to center. And on the exhale, we'll let both knees go to the right as just a gentle movement. Again, don't go too far. Find your breath and move with your breath. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. And continue your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Now, don't overdo this, right? We're just trying to feel a little bit of loosening up in the hip girdle, releasing any tension that might have formed during our bridge posture or during our earlier extension over the legs. Just working in the hip here a little bit. Couple more. And inhale to center. Bring the knees into the chest as you exhale. Reach up and grab below the knees. Squeeze and rock a little side to side. Just releasing any tension that might have occurred there. And then bring the feet back to the floor for a moment. Bring your hands down by your sides. Now for support, your palms are pressed into the mat, the forearms are pressed into the mat. You may want to bring the thumbs underneath the sits bones, or maybe even bring the back of your palms underneath the top of your buttocks, the SI joint. Find the supports that are available and necessary for you. And then we're going to piston the legs a little bit. So we'll take both legs long. And then inhale here. Exhale, bring the right knee in toward the right shoulder. Inhale, straighten the right leg, bring the left knee in. And exhale, switch. Inhale, switch, and then find your rhythm. Find your breath. Find your practice. Your breathing. You're supported the way you need to be supported. You're moving with your own breath here. Simple movement. Now, the lower your legs are, the more the more challenge this will be on your hip flexors, hamstrings, and glutes. So if you find you want to take your legs a little higher, maybe up the wall a little bit, maybe toward the point where the wall and ceiling come together, and maybe even straight up toward the ceiling. As you change the elevation of the feet, you change the support available from the back of the body. So find the place that's appropriate for you, what your body needs this morning. Simple movement with breath. Inhale, both legs long. Exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Squeeze a little bit, rock a little side to side. All right, now again, hands down, wrong side, maybe the thumbs underneath the sits bones, maybe the back of the palms underneath the SI joint. We're going to do our scissor kicks So press the feet toward the ceiling. Now feel the back is fully supported. Inhale here, press up. Exhale, let the left leg drop till it just hovers above the mat. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale the right leg down. Inhale the right leg up and continue. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Now, if you like, you can do both legs at the same time. And what's calling you this morning? Inhaling up, exhaling down. Moving with your breath, finding your practice, your rhythm. Fully engaged here, fully present, checking in with your gratitude and your intention, feeling into Inhale up. Exhale, bring the knees into the chest, squeeze lightly, rock a little side to side. And then release the feet. And let the legs go long. Let the toes fall open, let the palms fall up. Take a moment to breathe deep into the belly. And sigh it out. Allow everything to integrate for a moment. Settle into just allowing yourself to be. All right. Take a full inhale here. A complete exhale here. And then gently roll to your belly, either direction. We're going to work a little bit on the back side of the body here. So forehead, nose, chin to the mat. Hands will come alongside the body, thumbs right at the breast line. Elbows moving toward each other and down toward the hips. So move the shoulders away from the ears. Tops of the feet are long, toes are toward the bottom of the mat. Press into the tops of the feet, feel the knees engage, maybe they even lift. Continuing, lift through the crown. Bring your nose up off the mat. Maybe your crown rises a little higher. Maybe your heart comes forward. Maybe you press lightly in your fingertips, get a little more lift. This is your cobra. Breathe here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. As you exhale, lower down, we're just going to pulse this. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Continue your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice, finding your dynamic cobra. Inhale up. Gently hold the posture, not the breath. Breathe here. Full exhale. Complete inhale. Full exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down. Release your right cheek, ear, and temple to the mat. Let your hands come down by your hips, palms up. Let your heels fall open and just rest. Take a breath. Full inhale deep into the belly. and the back side of the body. Complete exhale. Let everything go for a moment. Just allow yourself to settle in. Breathe. Allow the breath to come and go. Now we're going to bring the heels and toes together. Bring the hands out in front of you and then walk your elbows in underneath your shoulders. So your forearms are pressing down into the mat. Palms are pressing down into the mat. Torso is lifted because the forearms are, the upper arms are supporting the lift. So straight line from the shoulder to the elbow, lifting the torso, bringing the heart forward. Relax your lower body. So tendency here to clench through the buttocks and lower body. See if you can relax your lower body. Releasing everything below the waist. Press into the elbows and upper arms. Maybe the torso lifts a little higher. And then maybe you just bring your chin forward a little bit. No need to scrunch the back of the neck. Just lift the chin a little bit to feel the opening in the front of the throat. This is your Sphinx pose. Remember, the feet are relaxed, so relax in the feet, relax in the legs, relax in the hips. Lengthen out of the waist by pressing into the elbows, lifting the heart and the crown of the head, maybe the chin. Sphinx pose. Now be as serene or inscrutable as the Sphinx. The breath is just coming and going. Being present with your gratitude and your intention. Clearing the back side of the body. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. As you exhale, just simply rotate your elbows outward in front of your shoulders and stack your palms. So your right palm stacks atop the back of your left hand and bring your forehead down onto the back of your right palm. Now, walk your elbows back toward your shoulders a little bit so you feel the shoulders release and the neck tuck. And then, if you like, turn your heels in toward each other, your toes out. This is your crocodile pose. This is a wonderful pose for digestion and rest. Simply breathe, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your next inhale, slowly allow your toes to come back together, heels and toes together. Lift your crown and bring your hands underneath the shoulders, thumb at the breast line. Curl the toes and press back through the heels. Feel the knees engage and lift. Press into the fingertips and the palms and press back through the heels. And as you inhale, press yourself to a plank. Feel into your plank for a moment. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the hips. Press the chest and stomach back toward the thighs. Relax the crown toward the mat. Lift the hips up and back. Let the heels drop toward the bottom of your mat. This is your downward dog. Take a moment here to find your dog. Press long out of the fingertips and the heel of the palm. Get long through the arms. Relax the head. Feel the back of the body open as you lift the hips up and back. Release the heels down. Take a moment to bend your right knee and press back through your left heel. Feel a little bit more length, perhaps, in the back of that left side body. Inhale here. As you exhale, switch. Bend the left knee and press back through the right heel, continuing to lift the hips up and back, opening through the back of the body. Full inhale. As you exhale, bend both knees, lift the hips higher and towards the wall behind you, and then lower the heels toward the bottom of the mat. This is your down dog, full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, walk the right foot forward between the hands. Help it if you need to. And then roll the left heel down and in, as if you're preparing for warrior. Inhale here. As you exhale, walk your hands around to the left, bringing them so that you're facing off the long side of your mat. Turn your toes in, and your heels in, so that you're facing off the long side of your mat. Press into the palm, lengthen through the crown. Now, inhale here, bring your hands to your hips. Exhale, lift the torso and come upright. So we're in a wide-legged stance here. We're going to move into our gate and circle, half circle postures here. So inhale here, exhale, simply bend into your left knee. Bring your hands to your left thigh for support. Now, straighten the torso, bring the hands to prayer. If you like, take your left hand behind your back, half bind toward your right hip. Take your right arm high, and then extend out over your left knee. So a modified side angle here. Inhale, come back upright with the right hand. Bring the hands back to prayer. Straighten the left leg. Inhale here. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Again, bring that right elbow to that knee for support initially. If you like, take your right arm behind your back, half bind, left arm high, and then left arm perhaps over the left ear. Again, this is sort of a modified side angle. Left arm high, hands back to prayer. Straighten the legs. Okay, hinge forward, forward fold. Release the hands, release the head. Maybe widen the stance. Press into the outside of the feet. Walk the hands underneath the body, fingertips towards the wall behind you. Breathe, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale, walk the hands underneath the face. And then drop your left knee down underneath your left shoulder. Continue to lead the right arm, right leg out. Bring yourself upright in your torso. The arms go high. Exhale. Hinge to your right. So you're leaning out over. Drop your right hand down onto that right leg. Left arm over the head. Breathe here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale. Arms come high, come back to center, release the hands. And then you're going to switch your legs. So take a moment to bring your right knee down onto the mat and extend your left leg out. Inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, hinge over to the left. When you reach your edge, go ahead and let the left arm drop. And continue maybe to extend a little bit. Maybe look up under that right armpit. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale the arms back to center. Release the hands down. Bring the left knee underneath the body. And we're going to move into a camel posture. So your knees are underneath the hips. Bring your hands initially to your back of your hips. So your hands are at the palms, heel of the palm is at the SI joint. You're just slightly teasing your buttocks forward, your hips forward, so they're actually in line. It feels like they're way out in front of you, but they're actually in line. And then this might be your posture. For a little bit more, you might take the arms high and lift out of the waist a little more. Maybe you can look up and see your thumbs, maybe a little back bend. If you like, you can drop one hand behind the back. Maybe that gets a little more room. Maybe if you've done that, maybe you switch, drop the other hand, lift that hand. Maybe you like to take both hands high, add a little back bend here, and maybe you want to drop both hands. Maybe you can find your heels, maybe not. Camel posture, breathing deep. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Now, if you like, maybe again, just like in Sphinx, we'll lift the chin a little bit to feel the front of the throat open. Now, remember, we're not trying to scrunch the back of the neck. We're simply trying to open a little bit through the throat here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale, come back to neutral. If you're past neutral, bring the hands to the hips. Exhale, sink the heels down onto the hips. Take a moment here. Release the hands to the thighs, palms up, thumb and forefinger together. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Roll the hips off of the heels, either direction. Extend your legs back out and roll down onto your back. Actually, that's not. Let's do this one. Keep your body upright. We'll come back into our Dandasana, our staff pose. Press into the palms, straighten the hip. Now, bring the right knee toward the chest. Maybe you have chest and thigh integrity, maybe not. If you have the flexibility, you may actually want to cross that right foot outside the left thigh. But if doing that loses your integrity, then just keep it there. There's a simple twist here. Now, we're going to inhale the left leg arm high. And then as you exhale, just wrap the left arm around the right leg so that the crook of the elbow is holding the right knee. Now, notice the tendency here to slide back in your back, dump into that lower back. Avoid that. Stay upright and long through the spine. Take the right arm high. Inhale, get long. Exhale, rotate from the abdomen, twist from the belly button, drop the right arm behind you as a second spine. Tent the fingers of the right hand and twist open, stacking the shoulders. Moving from the belly button here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Maintain your integrity here. Breathe in. Breathe out. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On the inhale, the right hand will go high, the torso will come back to neutral. On the exhale, release the left hand and just simply gentle twist in the opposite direction. Counter twisting for a moment. Take a breath here. Inhale, come back to neutral. Release the right leg long. Again, establish your Standasana. Find your length through your spine. And then bring the left knee in toward the ceiling. Thigh and chest come together here. Inhale, take the right arm high. Get long through the spine. Exhale, wrap the right arm around the left leg, cradling that knee. Again, notice the tendency to get your spine to get long. So stay straight and long, elongate, take the left arm high, inhale. Exhale, rotate from the belly button, release the left hand behind your second spine, find your twist. Stack the shoulders, open the heart, breathing deep into the abdomen, full inhale. Staying long through the crown. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On the inhale, the left arm goes high. On the exhale, release the right arm and just do a gentle counter twist in the opposite direction. Inhale, come back to center. Release the left leg long and then roll to your back. Let your toes fall open. Take your heels as wide as is comfortable for you on your mat. Bring your palms down by your sides, by your hips, palms up. Lengthen through the crown, relax through the shoulders. And then imagine you can pull on your side ribs so that you feel your lower spine on the mat. And as you move into this posture of rest, take a moment to provide yourself with any additional supports that you may want in this final rest posture. Maybe you have an eye cloth or a blanket or a shawl. Maybe you have a bolster. Anything that will provide you perhaps 1% more support. And then let go. Let go. You're done. Be done. Allow yourself to be done. Feel into the supports on the backside of the body. Release into your mat. Feel yourself being held here by gravity, supported by your mat and the floor and the earth. Steady, calm, focused on the breath and in your own body. Release any shaping of the breath or of the body. Just let yourself go. Let go. Allow yourself to be just as you are, right here, right now. This is your yoga, to be present, just as you are, in this space, in this place, in this moment, and to rest, to be at ease. To allow gravity to hold you gently and compassionately. To allow and accept being held. To simply be. And just be aware of what arises for you without attachment or aversion, without clinging or pushing away, just simply noticing what your experience is in this moment. What is it like now? What is happening now? Where am I now? Just a gentle curiosity about the now. This moment, this is where I am. This is what it's like. This is how I feel. Now, if your mind finds it challenging to not have something to do, the mind likes to do, the mind is a doer, then perhaps you can suggest to your mind that it take on the task of simply tracking your body. with awareness, with cognizance, with just the noticing. No need to change or modify or alter or adjust or criticize or condemn or analyze anything. Just allow the curiosity of tracking to occur, starting at the crown of your head, systemically and patiently and kindly moving down your body, just noticing what's going on here in the center of my skull, in the back of my throat, in my shoulders and arms and upper back and chest, in my midriff, in my heart space, in my navel center, in my abdomen and lower back, in my hips and sacral area, in my thighs, knees, shins and calves, in my ankles and feet, down to the soles of the feet. Here I am. If perchance you find that your attention has wandered away, I invite you to bring gratitude to that noticing and then gently and compassionately return your awareness to your breathing. On your next inhale, I invite you to take a full inhalation. And as you exhale, you begin to restore connection to your body, perhaps wiggling your toes and your fingers, maybe rotating your wrists and your ankles. Continuing to restore awareness to your body. On your next inhale, I invite you to bring your knees toward the ceiling, your heels toward your hips, and to extend your right arm alongside your head so that your bicep frames your ear. Take a moment here in this posture to prepare to roll gently to your right side. And when you are prepared, and only when you are prepared, gently roll to your right side, allowing your right arm to cradle your head and neck. Take a moment here on your right side to prepare to be upright again. And when you are prepared, and only when you are prepared, I invite you to bring your left arm in front of your torso and gently use your left arm to help leverage yourself back to a seated posture. Take a moment here to reestablish yourself in your seated posture, feeling into your supports, lengthening, lining your spine, finding your breath. And then on your next inhale, I invite you to once again float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space. And to allow to arise in your heart space, perhaps one more thing for which you are grateful today. And as you hold yourself in awareness in your space, sitting in gratitude in your space, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you from this space. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice. I'm honored to be here, truly. And as always, I invite you and encourage you to stay here in grateful rest as long as you like, in grateful awareness as long as you like. And whenever you do rise, please, please, please take your gratitude and the echoes of your practice with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.